All right, Anthem, today's a good day. Today is Wednesday, which means that it is our first Welcome Wednesday. This is a weekly rhythm where once a week on Wednesdays together, we're going to corporately enter into imitating the welcoming heart of God during this season. All the information for this has been given on anthemchurch.net/welcome. So if you haven't watched that video yet, please do so real quick. And then you can join us back here. Each week, we're going to focus on one of these practices that we've introduced. Hopefully they then become a regular rhythm for all of us. So for the next few weeks, we're going to focus intentionally on one a week, and we'll give a little bit of information about each of them as we introduce them, but we'll introduce this week's right now. So the practice this week is to initiate contact with neighbors. Now, we don't want to make this more complicated than it needs to be. Some of you probably already know your neighbors quite well, and all this is extending yourself to them and offering the help that you can. Maybe there's some neighbors around you that God's put on your heart that you haven't yet introduced yourself to. Now would be a great time to do that. All we're doing is trying to be as welcoming in our posture as we can as a church to those who live near us as we're all sheltering in place together. Some of us can offer more help than others, and that's totally okay. The most important thing is to have a posture of welcome and help during this time to those who live around you. I'm going to give some tools here to help you in doing this. All these tools are available at anthemchurch.net/welcome for requesting or for downloading. Let's take a look. So the first tool we have are these yard signs that we've developed for members of our church to request. If you haven't done so yet, what are you waiting for? They're pretty great. I've just put ours out today, and it's basically a really great way to passively say, hey, I'm here, our church is here. If you need help during this time, reach out in these ways, and we'll do what we can as a church community to serve and help you during this time. If you need some help introducing yourself to neighbors or people in the community that you don't know yet, this is a great little tool to do that. It just gives basic information for name, phone number. You can list your address if you're comfortable. If not, that's okay. And then you can pick the ways that you're offering help. Even if that's as simple as a prayer or a friendly phone call, that goes a long way to people who might be lonely or isolated. So you can use these if you'd like. Print them out, cut them out, and you can distribute them in a mailbox or tape them on a door. Again, using social distancing and gloves and face coverings, all those safe things as we distribute these things. Just for good measure, because I'm a little too thorough, this is a screenshot of anthemchurch.net/welcome, and these are the two buttons you can use to either request the yard sign or the assistance cards that you can print out. So Anthem, it's as simple as that this week. Just get out and make sure that your neighbors know that you're there for them, that you love them. Even if all you have to offer is a friendly conversation or a phone call and a prayer, that goes a long way in connecting with people during this time. We're going to now share some really cool things that people have posted and shared over this week about what God's been doing in their life and through them and in their community. So be encouraged by these as we share them. Here's a great post from Candy Beeman. In her post, she mentioned a lot of beautiful things, but one of the things that was really fun was doing the hokey pokey with their neighbors at a socially distanced position. And here's Finley getting in her dance moves with the neighbors. Really cool. Many of you know Deb Roy is a practice manager at a local practice here in Marin County, and she shared this about working in the medical field during this time. This touched my heart and made me glad. I was encouraged today to hear one of my docs talk about two patients who are recovering well enough from COVID-19 that they were taken off their ventilators. The doc said it was so nice to finally talk to someone I had cared for 2 weeks. Such good news, such a blessing. This brutal disease did not take these lives. Give credit to God for protecting these patients. Deb also says, I have been working on a larger project that finally launched today. So very grateful to God that it worked out and that we will be able to help a lot of people through it. That's great news. Awesome. The other thing you guys should know and be encouraged by is that the food bank is going gangbusters. Our patrons there have doubled in the last 4 weeks or so. We have so many people coming through there and getting food. Still need some help, so if you'd like to volunteer, go to our website and there's a volunteer link there, also in our app. But be encouraged that the food bank is ministering to a lot of people in this county, which is really, really encouraging. So that's all for today. Anthem, thank you so much for the ways that you are loving one another and loving our community. Keep sharing these great things that God's doing in our community. You can share them in our app at the Anthem in Place spot. Share them on social media using the hashtag AnthemWelcome, or you can just email them to me at andrew@anthemchurch.net. God's on the move. God's doing things during this time, and so we can't engage in the ways that we are normally used to. So let's engage in the ways that we can and join him in the welcoming that he is doing into his family and kingdom. Love you guys. Let's love our neighbors well this week. Take care.